Okay, great. We'll play to the trade show. Okay, welcome everybody to our first Meet the Alliance panel of the Printiverse 2013. If everyone doesn't know, Print Media Center is a website that provides information and resources to the print and integrated marketing community. And every year, through the generous support of GASC and our alliance partners, we are able to put on something a little different at a trade show. We try to make it a little interactive, a little educational, a little fun, a little forward-thinking. And this year, we are totally focusing on helping printers grow their business and move forward. Whether or not this is the right thing to say or not, and Pat, just let me be me for a sec. It's time we kind of move the conversation forward. If you're not on social media, this is not the place for you. We're already on social media. We need to take it to the next level. If you're not into multi-channel marketing, this is not the place for you. You can learn about it at amazing sessions here, but in this booth, we want to talk about how to use those tools to the best of your advantage, how to use software for the best of your advantage, how to connect to your customers in the best ways, how to use the next technologies that are coming in, to be aware of them, to prepare for them, to prepare your business for the future, and certainly a heavy interest in the substrates that we do print on. With that being said, our first alliance, what we're going to do right now is basically do a trade show version of speed dating. We're going to hear from all of our alliance partners, the ones who have come today, but we do have an alliance panel every day in order to give all of our alliance members a chance to make it over, because sometimes they're certainly dealing with customers and other things that are more pressing at the moment. But with that being said, we do have one every day. You can download this really cool app called Print Apply, and it will put the schedule right into your Outlook, right into your calendar from your phone, from your computer. Set a little reminder, come back, but definitely you want to meet the Alliance. They're awesome. So our first Alliance member today is from GPA. They are a awesome paper company. Sorry, Mike, what? John? What? David. What last name?
Mossieri.
Oh yeah, I'm not even going to try his last name. Mossieri. Did I say it right? Okay. This is Dave. We're going to be best friends now, especially now that I know his name for sure. Pound it out. Okay. So just do your thing. It's all good.
Thanks.
Thanks.
How's that sound coming through? Loud and clear? Great. Good afternoon.
Why don't you just, so you don't have to bend over.
Thank you.
That way, you can just stand there and talk.
You're good to me. I'm sorry? No, this is great. Good afternoon. My name is David Mossieri. I'm the Vice President of Business Development at GPA, based out of Chicago. We're honored to be here, Deborah. Thank you for the invite in support of Printiverse and here at Print 2013 McCormick Place in Chicago. Some of you may be familiar with GPA. GPA is the market leader in specialty substrate solutions, servicing the commercial and digital print community. And really, where our focus is trying to help our partners differentiate, and in an effort to help them grow their business and advance their businesses forward. We really do this at a high level across a platform of 5 different ways. And I'm going to get into the 5 different ways and take you through the process. Okay? The first way that we like to help our partners differentiate is through education. And again, GPA being a substrate or paper provider, we live in the world of how products are used from an end-use application standpoint. So what does that mean to GPA? Through platforms like lunch and learn types of settings and breakfast meetings and so forth, we love to engage at the printer level with their marketing and sales staffs and really provide knowledge transfer tying substrates to applications which enable vertical markets. and we really try and emphasize on these vertical markets that are growing and thriving. So we spend an awful lot of time, again, with knowledge transfer, in lunch and learn settings, with education. Our substrates are at the heart of this. We have over 500 certified substrates across different and various digital print platforms. We also have a unique array of specialty substrates for the offset print community as well. But education is one, and that's very big to us. Secondly, GPA really tries to hang its hat in helping our partners differentiate from a technical standpoint. Technical training is another aptitude that's a partnership benefit that GPA likes to provide. And what we mean by this is, as we all know, our businesses continue to get more and more complex with the digital platform that we're trying to support. And so what we do is we've invested an awful lot of time, money, effort, and energy to make certain that our professionals are well trained across various platforms of printing. The HP Indigo is a perfect example of that. And so from a technical standpoint, our sales professionals truly understand the technology. We like to work very closely with technical and production support staff members. The feeling is, from our perspective, knowing that we're so well versed in substrates that not every substrate behaves quite the same on a product and print platform perspective. And so we work very hard in advance to try and make sure we're defining and profiling the substrate in advance of that live job, such that in a production environment, ultimately, when it is a time print-on-demand application, that the output of the device makes the product look as crisp as perfectly possible. We also have an evaluation technique that we use. It's called the Deluxe 3.0, and this allows us to manage up to about 12 different variables on press. Again, our sales professionals are trained on this partnership benefit called Deluxe. These are variables such as ink dry time and adhesion, registration, color. There's also various ways to measure finishing applications within the technical training. So again, education is one, and knowledge transfer of substrates, technical support is two. The third one, it's a really big time saver as a partnership benefit, and this is what we call vendor managed inventory. In all of our businesses today, knowing that we go through tough economic climates, we're all doing a lot more with less resources. And so because of that, we found that our partners really like to have an asset in GPA to help function in a consignment-like relationship, where we're able to store the wide array of various substrates that we stock and support our customers with on our customers' floor, such that they don't have an absolute need to be ordering product on a per-job basis. At the end of the day, this can help free up cash flow for the customer. They're only billed once per month. But most importantly, it takes the non-value-added tasks and resource redundancies that it takes of cutting purchase orders through the course of each and every month, takes those out of the equation and allows them to have absolute access to our inventory, wide and deep, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So again, education was number one, technical support was number two, and then third was vendor managed inventory, number three. The fourth partnership benefit that we work very hard with and in concert with our key partners strategically is marketing support. When invited in to a C-level meeting, we like to listen and learn truly what's most important to our partners' needs and try and understand what their growth strategies are, where their challenges are, what risks they might have, and most importantly, what are their main drivers for return on investment. And with that, we hope to have access to marketing leads like directors and chief marketing officers to truly understand what the marketing message is. Again, GPA being a substrate expert, we can really help enable what that marketing message is by using very unique substrates, things like synthetics, things like foil products, things like label stock, things that you may not use on an everyday basis like a pearlescent paper and so forth. What we found is by varying with substrates or versioning with substrates, it can make the output of the marketing message look completely unique on a per product and per substrate basis. GPA tends to dig down deep in terms of support with marketing allowances to help with things such as monthly newsletters, They could be direct mail drops to have a database blitz, or even a theme over a holiday where a customer may be trying to carry on a message to their end user customer. Again, GPA is very supportive in that. It is not out of the question where at times GPA also supports design templates with actual creative artwork as well that we pass on to our partners. So marketing is a big deal for us. That would be the fourth of the partnership benefits. Again, it started first with education, second with technical support, third we got into vendor managed inventory, and then fourth, marketing. The last one is really big. And especially today as we're at the Print 2013 show and representing Print Media Center. Last but not least, the fifth is what I would call community. GPA serves as a member or a primary partner in so many communities, but the one that we've really spent the most time with is a user group called DScoop. For those of you that are not familiar with DScoop, please go to dscoop.org. DScoop is an acronym for Digital Solution Cooperative. GPA is a diamond partner within DScoop, and we literally make it our mission at the heart of the community, the very first partner and a diamond partner to help advance the community forward. What does that mean? What it means is we take it very, very seriously to help our partners grow their business. That doesn't mean we have the answer to every issue or question that a partner may have, but what it does mean is GPA is as well networked as a paper merchant as any partner within the community. Therefore, if there's an issue that's production oriented, if there's an issue that's operation or technical oriented, marketing oriented, or overall general business, we have a great ability through our wide network to help make connections to our partners through other partners that may have gone through similar struggles or challenges in the past. And so we're very big in the community, making connections from a networking standpoint. Again, at the heart of that is GPA's diamond partnership and investment within DScoop. So that would round out the 5 partnership benefits. Deborah, it's been an honor and privilege to be here today. If you want any more information about GPA, we're at booth 1062, and we'll be here all week. Hopefully able to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Actually, I have a question.
Please, Deborah.
As a print buyer, how are you actually educating people like me on what is out there as far as new substrates?
That's a great question. Deborah, GPA is very active in press releases, and so we have a dedicated member that does a tremendous amount of writing.
I have to tell you, print buyers are not going to read your press releases.
Okay, great. What I would say to you is we do an awful lot in terms of marketing through our website. Our website is askgpa.com. You might see it here next to me. We firmly believe that it all starts with a question from a customer, and we ask that they rely on us, and we try and get back to the partner very quickly with knowledge transfer. So our website's a great way to get information about new emerging products and services for those that don't rely on press releases. But we are very active in various trade events as well that you can come see us exhibiting at, like today's event.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys have been great. Seriously.
Thanks, Deborah.
Okay. Oh, really? You know, it's easier just to do it this way. Please, God, where's the HP? Where is HP? Did I forget HP? I don't have HP. Can you believe it? I had HP, I swear to God. I can make it HP right now.
All right, while you're working on that,
Oh God, what should I do?
But just start. Just put it on the printer.
That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
I have an idea. Okay. Oh God, okay, I'm not doing that. Oh God.
She lost my logo.
Okay. Okay, as I try to recover from the fact that I have lost HP's slide, if I possibly will ever stop gripping this podium from not keeling over. Pat, what booth are you in, please? 1241 is going to be tattooed across my forehead for the rest of the show. Okay.
Just hand it over.
Let me just hand it over to Pat McGrew. And I don't even know what else to say other than thank you, Pat. Love you, Pat. Sorry, Pat.
I'm going to move this over this way because I'm going to try and stand and show you something. Hi, I'm Pat McGrew from HP. I'm the evangelist for the Inkjet group. So you may know HP several different ways in the printing world because maybe you have one of our lovely desktop machines on your desktop at home, right? They're lovely. I have one. I think they're fabulous, but I don't work for that group. Maybe you know D-Scoop and maybe you know Indigo. Amazing electrophotographic quality, offset quality, amazing things that they do, posters and books and packaging and direct mail and just amazing commercial print. I don't work for them either. Maybe you know the people who make the little inkjet print heads that sit on the back end of offset presses or on mailing equipment that kind of do the spray and pray stuff. That's the specialty products group, and I don't work for them either. I actually work for the least well-known group in HP printing. I work for the Inkjet High-Speed Production Solutions group. We make presses that are just pretty darn big. In fact, they're so big, we don't bring them to shows. So what we've done this time, we've come to the show. You may see, if you get over to booth 1241, what you're going to find is that it's a pretty good-sized booth. And there's Extreme, and there's Smart Stream Solutions, and there's an Indigo book publishing area, and there's some nice big Indigo machines. If you really need to, kick tires on a machine, there's some over there. Yeah, Dave's kind of doing a thumb up on that one. We didn't bring a machine. We actually brought a picture of a machine. It's sort of a flat graphic of a machine. It's really darn cute. But the thing that I can do is I can kind of show you what one of our machines look like. Now, I recognize I'm not attached to the Apple TV up here. I'm not attached to the monitor. But if you want to see this, I'll be happy to show it to you over in my booth, or you can come back by any time. What I have is an augmented reality version of my press. And I actually can turn it around. I can actually bounce it if I want. And so if you want to know more about our giant room-size inkjet presses, I have a really great augmented reality demo that I can show you for both our T400, our 42-inch wide platform. I also have one for our T200, which is our 20-inch wide platform. And I'd be delighted to stand and spend as much time as you want talking about what they do. The other thing that we did in our booth, which is just a little bit different, is that we brought a bunch of print samples that actually were printed by our customers. Because sometimes, you see things that are printed on, for the show floor, and you figure that 800 R&D guys were in the background building that print sample and making sure that they whacked every little thing to make it perfect. And we took a different tack this time. We decided that we'd bring print samples that were real world, that are actually being sold by our customers. So we hope you'll come by and take a look at those things. So I don't want to take up a whole lot more of your time. I just really hope that you'll come by and see us. We are actually on the aisle side of the HP booth, facing the nice guys at Kern and Komori. If you find Kern and Komori, that's where we are. And myself and my colleagues be delighted to show you the books, the newspapers, the posters, and the direct mail, with some really kind of interesting finishing that we brought as well. Come on by and say hi to us. The last thing I want to say is that I'm just thrilled to be part of the Printerverse and part of the Printerverse Intergalactic Alliance. We've been working with Deb for the last year or so, and there is no one in the industry who does a better job of linking all of us as print professionals together. So we're delighted to be supporting not only every event that goes on in the Printerverse, but the Print Media Center in general. One last thing I'll tell you is that at 3 o'clock on Tuesday, we're actually hosting an event here in the Printerverse. We hope you'll come back for it. We're spotlighting best practices in high-speed inkjet with some of our customers. So we've got 7 of our customers who are actually going to be talking about how they made the decision to go with high-speed inkjet and what they're printing, and basically showing samples, and they'll be willing to stand around and network with you. We'll have coffee, we'll have iced tea, we'll have snacks. And iced tea, right, which here could be good. And so we'll have snacks, and we hope that you'll come and have a snack and a little bit of education with us. So Deborah, thank you so much. All righty.
Does anyone have any questions for Pat McGrew? Yes, Rock.
Yes. No, this is all web fit. So in the Inkjet High Speed Production Solutions Group, we are all web fit. 20-inch, 30-inch, 42-inch. High speed, so 200 to 600 feet per minute color, and up to 800 foot per minute mono. Yeah, these are big machines. They're hungry machines, so they're not for the smaller applications generally. But we do have customers who buy them in gang jobs together to get the productivity out of them. Works really well, and the image quality is just really exactly what you want it to be here in 2013. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much, Pat McGrew. You're the best. Yay, HP. Seriously, though, HP has been a good friend to the Printiverse, so thank you very much. A lot of that has to do with Pat's relationship with me and the social media community that I sort of hang around with. So, hello, John. So it's really awesome that she's here. Actually, I'm gonna go back to my original order of things. I just don't know how to get the other jump drive out and yours in. Okay, it's a PC. Oh, I don't have to dismount it?
No, just let it pull out.
Oh, so that's an advantage.
Yeah.
With a Mac, you have to do other fancy things.
All right.
Let me just, okay, you do that, and I will introduce you. Okay, coming up right now, we have Michael from InFocus, and this is kind of a really cool software. The reason why I like it in particular, can I do my selling point?
Yeah, do for it. Go for it.
I like it because it actually connects printers to their customers. It enables you to directly transfer pre-flighted files directly to your printer with their settings. One click, you're there. It's called Connect. It's actually a must-see-em winner, correct?
Yeah.
So it's not just me who thinks it's really cool. But why I think it's cool, first of all, as a print production person, I like that it kind of communicates with you. It tells you where your files are, what's going on. But besides that, I now have a different relationship with my printer. It's not so easy for me to just say, oh, that quote or whatever, your problem is that day. You have something more that connects you. And I think that's why you might even call it Connect You, which is a great name. So without further ado, this is Michael, and he will better explain this really cool stuff.
All right. Thank you very much, Deborah. Well, today we're going to be talking about Connect You. My name is Michael Ryer. I'm the product manager for the Connect product family at InFocus. You may have heard of InFocus. We're this little company that tends to focus in on PDF pre-flighting and correction, and as well as workflow technologies through our Switch product. So InFocus has been around since about 1996 or so is when our first product was introduced. So we've been in the industry a while. We got several 100,000 users that use our products worldwide. And Connect is our newest product in our product line. But what I really want to talk about today is I really want to talk about building connections with our customers and customer retention. This conversation is really geared toward the service providers, the commercial printers, the people who are doing work with all the graphics community and actually taking that work in. And you may ask yourself, what does a piece of software that has anything to do with PDF got to do with customer retention? Well, I hope to be able to explain that here in a second. So to do that, we're going to play a little game of fact or fiction real quick and have a little fun with this. So I'm going to go through a few things here, and we're going to determine whether this is fact or fiction. So this is where you get to participate. All right, first of all jobs submitted come in perfect and print ready every time. Is that fact or fiction? Fact? Fiction? Well, of course that's fiction. We all know that there's a lot of problems that happen with files when they come into production. Customers, designers, some of them are really good designers. Sometimes they don't really understand the tools that they're using or know how to actually put them together correctly so we can reproduce them in high resolution print on the back end. So there tends to be some problems in that area. In fact, what we found through our surveying is over 50% of the files that come into commercial printers need review or need some sort of correction. So that's a high percentage. You think about a high volume printer who's doing hundreds of jobs a day, that means they got hundreds of jobs a day that are having big problems. So next one, fixing files is a profit center. We all know if you're in commercial printing, you're making money hand over fist correcting your customers' files. Correct? Fact or fiction? I hear a lot of facts out there. No, fiction. So we all know that that's not fact at all. In fact, what generally happens is correcting customer files tends to be something that you do because you have to do it. In fact, in a lot of cases, you hide it from your customers because you don't want your design customers to know that you're fixing their files for them, because you want them to feel like they can just pass you any old file and you're going to make it work and things like that. So what happens is they tend not to make them better. They just keep making the same junk they've been making, and you just keep fixing them, and the cycle continues on and on. Next one, customers never need training. We all know customers, graphic designers know everything they're doing technically. They need no training. They got it down pat. Absolutely fiction. In fact, what we've seen is many designers, they're great designers. They understand how to utilize Illustrator, Photoshop, those kind of tools in order to produce really pretty pictures, but they don't understand a lot of the technical ins and outs about what they're doing, especially when it comes to creating a PDF file that they're going to be using for high resolution printing downstream. Let's face it, even a lot of pre-press operators, it can be confusing. There's a lot of settings in there, what your color models are, whether you got overprint, whether you got your images, what resolution are they, color models, so on and so forth. And it's easy to make little mistakes. And one little mistake could cause a file to have to be kicked back, or job plates need to be reran, or job need to be reran because something was missed and something went away at the last minute. The other last one is customers never have trouble sending in files either. And of course, what we're talking about here is the wonderful technology of the web as well as FTP and other applications. Typically what we find is customers generally go through a little process like this. First of all, they start asking, what is an FTP client? Because they don't know. What's my URL? What's my password? They forget what they're doing. They're on the phone. They're calling you. They want to submit a job. They forgot where to go. They forgot how to get there. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to use it. In the meantime, you got your pre-press manager on the phone with them trying to explain, do this, do that. Go to our website. Oh, yeah, www. Yeah, no, back up. No, you don't have to put in the HTTP. They're doing stuff like that and walking them through the process over and over again. And then, of course, the customers coming up with all sorts of excuses of why their job, they thought they sent their job in. Why didn't it get there? So what does that have to do with customer retention? What's all this got to do with customer retention? Basically, imagine a world where your customers always sent in good files for print. You didn't have to check anything. They were always 100% ready to go. Imagine how wonderful that would be. Imagine if, come on PowerPoint, your customer never needed to be trained. And in fact, or in reverse, as a client, I don't need to learn your way of working. You know, think about it. When you're training a client, a lot of times what you're doing is you're trying to teach them how to do stuff your way. And some of them just plain resist. They don't want to do it. They want to do it their way, is how they learned. The other thing is, imagine if a customer, as a customer, to send in a file to your competitor, I need to go to their website, find their upload page, enter my information, select my file to upload on my hard drive, wait to upload them, enter more information, and then submit my job. Or your client needs to just hit the print command. So what do you think is going to happen there from a customer retention standpoint if to go to your competitor, they have to jump through 3 or 4 hoops, remember a bunch of stuff, names, passwords, all this information, or in your environment, they hit Command P, they're done. And their file's created perfectly, it's all preset to the right settings, and everything shows up on your server like that. Wouldn't that be cool? That's really what it's all about. And that's what it has to do with customer retention. So what that has to do with customer retention is customers love the word easy. They absolutely love easy. And if it's easier to do business with you, they're going to come back over and over and over again. Because they're going to love the fact that they don't have to jump through hoops. They don't have to have that phone call at 5:05 as they're about ready to walk out the door and find out, could you resend the file because you forgot to include the fonts? Could you send us those images? We're having trouble with them. You know, those are all the things. And then the designer's going, oh my God, I just wanted to go home. They're there till 6 o'clock. They're hating you. Your pre-press people are hating everything because they wanted to leave too. Instead, you can eliminate all that stuff. Because we all know the problems never happen at 9 a.m. in the morning. They always happen at 5:05 or 4:45 as everyone's trying to leave for the day. So that's really what Connect is all about. Everything we just talked about here, it's really about trying to make it so that your average user can get it right the first time. They don't have to think about anything, and the files just get submitted. And within Connect You, just to give a quick overview, is what we've done is we combine PDF creation along with hassle-free file delivery and combine that all together. And the way that we did it is we actually took the Adobe Distiller along with the pit stop technology and along with what you need to upload and send files and combined it all together in one little nifty little application that creates little applications that are all preset. And they show up as a print driver in your printer list. Or they show up as a little application icon on your desktop and you can just drag and drop a file on it and it gets sent off. Or you can also access it through something like an extension through InDesign so that you get the best quality file out of the InDesign because we use the internal exporting command. But the big secret is everything is preset. All the PDF settings, all the FTP sending settings, all the pre-flighting, all the font embedding, all the color models information, everything's preset, predetermined by somebody that knows what they're doing. It's tested, and then it's given to the customer, and you just tell them, download this, and now double-click on it. Now that you've installed it, because you double-clicked on it, you just go to the print command, and you'll see a little thing that says, send to ABC printer, done. Everything else is magic, happens in the background. You can use it with any application out there because it's integrated through the print command. And it's an application that you can even drag a folder of files onto it and it will automatically send them. I don't need to remember my password. I don't need to remember my username. I don't need to remember an FTP address. I don't need to remember anything but the name of my printer. That simple. That's what it's all about. So, thank you very much, Deborah. We're ready for the next person. Any questions, anyone? All right, great. Oh, our website. We got one of those. It's www.enfocus.com.
Awesome.
All right, thank you, Deborah.
What booth are you in?
Oh, what booth are we?
Actually, I had a slide up there.
What is our booth number?
Can I just pull this off?
Yeah, you can just pull that off. Just a second here. I think we were at booth number 4743. You can tell my memory is shot.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, thank you very much, Deborah.
Thank you so much. We'll see you again.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we have one more presentation left. Where are my friends from AccuZip? If you have been paying attention at all to any of the press releases about the show, any of the information in the show daily, you will have been hearing. Hey, Brian, you will have been hearing a lot about AccuZip's Living Mail. They just won a Must-See-Em Award for it. Quite possibly, it's the coolest thing. Oh, you're going to talk about that too? Great. It's cool. You can actually communicate with your mail. It's not snail mail anymore. It's living mail. It's great. I love that somebody took on changing that entire perception, and I'm glad that you guys have been recognized for it. So without further ado, we have Mark from AccuZip. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. We're really excited and honored to be part of the Printerverse here at Print 13, and are very, very proud of the Must-See-Em Award that we won for our Living Mail. We're even happier that yesterday afternoon we won the Best in Category Award in the Future of Print Technology Demonstrations for the same product, Living Mail. As Deborah mentioned, in the past, you'd put a piece of mail in, turn it over to the United States Postal Service, and wonder what happened to it. Well, the Postal Service did us a huge favor, some time ago by introducing the Intelligent Mail barcode. When that technology came out, we started saying from the customer or the recipient standpoint, wouldn't it be neat if you knew where that mail was and when it was going to arrive? And from a sender standpoint, that's equally important. So we've designed a product called Living Mail, which is patent pending today, that takes the scans from the Postal Service of the Intelligent Mail barcode and communicates with the recipient and the sender about where the mail is in the process. So you can use our AccuTrace product. You have Intelligent Mail barcodes on your mail. The Postal Service gets it, and at the points when it's scanned, and we all know that right now the Postal Service will tell you that each piece of mail is scanned about 2.5 times through the process. There's a start the clock scan, there's an intermediate scan, maybe more than one, and there's a stop the clock scan. At all those points, it would be neat for a business to know that their mail is being delivered and when it's being delivered for things like customer service staffing, call center staffing, and all that kind of stuff. From a recipient standpoint, it's neat, and I always put it into a personal context. My mom sends my children birthday cards every year, and in the card there's a check. Well, rather than calling my children, she calls me to say, did Melissa get her birthday card? I don't live with Melissa anymore. And I say that to my mother every time she calls me and asks me about that. So then I have to get on the phone and call Melissa and say, go to your mailbox, and I hear, ugh. And I said, you know what I do for a living? Go to your mailbox and check your mail. Your grandmother wants to know if you have your birthday card. So she goes to her mailbox, and then she calls me. Then I call her grandma to say, yes, she got her birthday card. I know it's a week after her birthday, but she doesn't go to her mailbox that often, so that's normal. Imagine if my mother could, through the Intelligent Mail barcode, hear that Melissa's piece had been scanned at the point of origin, scan at an intermediate step, and then stop the clock scan saying, Melissa's card is going to be mailed today. That's what Living Mail does. Living Mail brings that mail piece to life and lets it communicate through that process as it goes through it, and lets you record messages where at the point it's out for delivery, my mother could record a phone call if she was technical at all, or a voicemail message that would tell Melissa, your birthday card should be delivered today. I was just thinking about you, love you very much, thank you very much. Melissa could get that message, when that scan occurred, and then go to her mailbox that night, and she could actually record a message back to my mother saying, got the card, thank you for the check, happy that you're thinking about me, I love you very much too. That's what Living Mail is all about. And it has applications in the broader business sense, direct mail sense for fundraising and anything, lead generation oriented or anything like that. We also have functionality not only with the Intelligent Mail barcode, but people are now putting QR code technology on their mail pieces. We use that in our business as we're looking for customers, as we do direct mail advertising our products, so that when I get a piece from AccuZip, I can scan the QR code. Within 3 seconds of me scanning that code, one of our support people at AccuZip gets an email, text message, or a voicemail message telling them that I scanned that mail piece, telling them where I was standing when I scanned it, latitude and longitude, takes them down to a Google Earth view of where I was, and tells them what kind of device I used to scan it. They can immediately get that text message on their phone. It comes up with the phone number associated with that mail piece. They can push a button and they can be in contact with me at that very time. We have actually contacted people and said, geez, it looks like a really nice day where you are, looks like a nice neighborhood, there's a lake about 1.5 blocks away. What are you interested in? What made you scan our piece? The person is turning around saying, where are you? How do you know I did that? Other people tell us that's the future. How is this possible? We're saying, no, this is right now. This is available for you today. And it's just so useful for any kind of campaign to divide the calls and the leads between a group of salespeople or between a group of customer service people to cut down on the queue times, and the salespeople who say, imagine a car dealership who sends out a bunch of postcards to people trying to get them in for a test drive, and if they put the information into the data file that says, I want to divide it between my 5 salespeople. Now there's no more, you give him all the good leads, or you give me all the bad leads, or she's your favorite, or whatever it is. No, they just come in, and as they come in, they're directed to this, and they're divided equally among all the people. That's what Living Mail is all about. It's bi-directional, connects the recipient with the sender seamlessly, as I've described, and gives you immediate feedback. What's it worth to know that someone's interested in your product? What's it worth to know that someone's interacting with your information right then and there? How frequently do you get that opportunity? You don't. With Living Mail, you can have that opportunity. And AccuZip is, like I said, honored and pleased to be at Print 13. We're in booth 4624. We are having 4 demonstrations a day, 2 of them taking place at the same time, so 2 different times. We have a cash booth that if you sit through a demonstration, you can come and have a chance to get in the cash booth. We have $100,000 of AccuCash in there, good for the purchase of our products. We have $10,000 of real cash in there, and as you grab that cash, that's yours to keep. The AccuCash is yours to keep. The real cash is yours to keep. No, you're not going to walk out of here with cash in your pocket. We have you fill out a slip, and when we get back to the office, we're going to send you a check for the money. We're giving away an iPad every day. We want you to come by booth 4624 and see all of our products. But if you are in the printing business, and whether you're outsourcing your mailing or you're doing the mailing stuff too, which we suggest, we think that we have the products that can make you very successful and drive your profits in both businesses. The other thing that I'll tell you about us in closing, that nobody at this show will offer you, that is standard with all of our products, it's price lock guarantee. When you buy a product from AccuZip, the price you pay at that time is the price you will pay forever, as long as you're a customer in good standing. We have a product that's it's our AccuZip 6 Business Edition, $1,590 a year. We have people who've been with us for 17 years. They're paying $400 a year for that product today. This particular customer came down from his office in Washington. He was on vacation with his family. We are located in Central California. They were on vacation there, and he wanted to hug everybody in the office because he knows what his costs are every year. He doesn't have to worry what AccuZip is going to increase his price to. It's a fixed cost. Nobody does that anymore. When my kids were growing up, my babysitters wouldn't give me a price lock guarantee, for crying out loud. AccuZip has a price lock guarantee. We have outstanding feature-rich products that you won't find in the industry, and we think that we're just a great value for anyone that wants to be mailing and in the mailing business, and would encourage all of you to stop by and see what we have to offer. Thank you very much. I'll save Deborah some breath. Are there any questions? Well, thank you very much. You've been great.
What's your website?
Our website is www.accuzep.com. And if you have any questions, if you'd like to call, you can call 800-233-0555. AccuZip, we don't have voicemail. You'll get a live human being, and they'll put you in contact with one of our support people who can go through the products with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I've known Deborah on LinkedIn for the better part of a year now, and it's just such a pleasure to meet her in person and see her. I hope someday that we can get the official Printerverse headgear for the people at AccuZip.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deborah.
I don't price lock my, you have to earn them every year. So you started this year. We'll see what happens next year. Maybe I'll save you a pair. That actually concludes our